All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Ladder Creek Live 2020, brought to you in the garage of Alejandro Luna, Florida region. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're doing, what the purpose of this is, and what to expect to come with it. So, I spoke with my team, and what we're going to try and do is try and do everything progressive to the point where you're going to see everything from surface prep, from the tooling for surface prep products, then our actual products and our surface prep category, and then how that ties into our tile line. So don't expect it just to end with self-leveling. My counterparts are going to be showing you how does a tile system tie into this, also including shower systems, waterproofing, crack and repair. So a lot of exciting things. Our team's really motivated to show you guys and educate you guys and bring training to you. So the purpose of this is to make you better, to make you smarter. I'm gonna have to back away to the table. So what I wanna do is be able to answer these questions live. I won't be able to read from back there. So I'm gonna cover the basics, what I think is important. Typically this first step is gonna be what I look for if I walk onto a job site, a contractor invites me, this is what I'm looking for, and them not even knowing. You know, whether I walk into their trailer, I look at their setup station, what do they have? What do I see that's missing, that can probably be a liability to the job site? So the idea is to prep you for good surface prep. I don't have everything that I need here. Obviously, I am in my garage, so I am gonna ask, Josh Jones is there, good man. So for example, there's some tooling there that I'm not gonna be able to show you that I'm gonna talk about, that I believe we can just add on to this thread, so that way it stays with this live feed and you can reference that with what that piece of equipment actually means. So the first thing that we do is look for safety equipment. So obviously when you walk into a job site, you want to have the right proper gear. So steel toe boots, the right PPE, respirators, you have your simple N95s that are hard to come by right now, or if you're going to be working with gases and solvents and smaller particles, you use the actual filtered systems. Okay, dust free, you can have simple eyewear, rubber bands, or if you're actually doing demolition, you wear a full face mask. Notice that this is actually cracked right here. Guess what happened? Guess how that broke? Impact. All right, that saved my face. Okay, but also you don't always rely on what the contractor or the GC tells you in order for this job site to be the right size. Bring your own tooling. Keep a wheel in your truck, because that can make you or break it. If you have the wrong square footage and you get under contract, that's gonna mess up your job. Something simple as these little lasers, I can measure the size of a room and I know exactly what my output's gonna be per gallon or per bag, depending on what I'm mixing up, okay? So once you have the right proper gear to do this work, then you're gonna have to identify what you're gonna be doing. So if I'm gonna be doing a thin mill coating system, I'm sufficient to be with a CSP2, a concrete surface profile. If I'm gonna be doing a thicker coating, I need a CSP3 to 5. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what these actual CSPs are. I'm gonna grab a few of them so you see exactly what it looks like. So we'll do a 1, a 3, and a 10. So these are actual molds of surface prep. They're brought to you by the ICRI, International Concrete Repair Institute. So if you look at a data sheet, maybe 10 years ago, somebody would have said, use a 30 grit metal diamond. That's gonna give you the surface profile, let's say a 2. All right, but if I have a concrete slab in New York, where the concrete's a lot denser versus concrete here in Florida, it's gonna be a lot more porous, okay? So there's different types of diamonds. There's hard bonds for soft concrete, and there's soft bonds for hard concrete, okay? So there's no universal diamond blade that's gonna give you the right profile. So what the ICRI did is they created these molds from 1 to 10. So 1 being a mold of a sandpaper finish, a 3 is more of a shot blasting finish, and a 10, you can actually see the texture on this one. This is more of a road mill with carbide teeth, really milling it. You can see the amplitudes, the peaks and valleys of this mold, okay? So a 10 being a sandpaper finish, and a 10 just being, you know, peaks and valleys of about a 1/4 inch. Okay, and that's what you're going to see on technical data sheets across the industry. That's what it means. What does a CSP mean? Concrete surface profile. That's the way we can generalize this and make universal numbers as far as what we expect for surface prep. Okay, I want to bring up a question that was brought up this morning actually. Someone had a project that was acid etched for profile. Could you achieve a CSP with acid etching? Yes, you can. But it's actually, there's no control of it. I've done it personally. So it's what happens is you're burning, you're etching the floor, all right? But that acid needs to be neutralized. Did you neutralize it enough? Also, where's the consistency? Did you have too much acid here but not enough there? You don't really know until you clean it out. So I refer to it as the bar soap of the industry, as in who has bar soaps in their house anymore? Probably not many of you. Everything's pumped. Everything's dispenser. You don't see that. It's old technology, okay? So if you're using Laticrete, you're probably using some of the most innovative products on the market. So be innovative with your surface prep too, not just the products that you use. Make your prep as good as the actual products and labor that you're gonna put into it, okay? So how do you get these surface preps? So you can have hand grinders, okay? So now this is a 7-inch hand grinder, okay? Comes with a shroud to keep it dust free. Connect it to your back. And there's different types of tooling that you can do. These are diamond cup wheels. So this is a 30 grit metal diamond, okay? This is one a little different, but similar tooling. Where this one is designed great for thin set and adhesive removal. It's a vertical prep, but if you have a lot of lippage, these blades can actually break off. They're very fragile if it's on a very flat surface. So that's where these cup wheels actually come in and really have a lot of value on the job site, okay? But now, grinding is one way, but then shot blasting is another. So I don't have a shot blaster, but these are the actual metal beads that are actually in a shot blaster, okay? So now the way these beads work is it's on a blast wheel. So it's vertical prep. These beads are being thrown onto the floor and simultaneously being brought back into the machine and circulating with vertical prep. So think about this, the beads are bouncing off the floor and back into the machine, but the dust is going into the air, into the vacuum system. So shot blasting is by far the cleanest way to surface prep, where a grinder, this stays vertical. Okay, so I'm actually polishing the floor. I'm parging all the dust into an actual floor. So a lot of times if you run these cup wheels and you vacuum it the best you can, you wipe your hand on it, you're still gonna have your hand covered in dust. Where a shot blaster doesn't do that. And on a single pass, you have everything clean. I actually saw a great video that Josh, you actually did. You ground a floor and then you put a hidden message, a keyword message right into it with a shot blaster. If you're able to, I'm gonna ask you to put that video on this thread so people can actually see the difference between a horizontal prep versus a vertical prep and why the importance of having both of them. To me, ideally, if a contractor has a grinder and a shot blaster, that is the home run prep you can do. These guys are grinding the edges and then just blasting everything else. So edge grinding, but shot blasting, and it's a lot less cleanup. Okay. So I also have a leaf blower on this. Why do I have a leaf blower? Well, remember, if I'm grinding this floor, and I'm parging that dust into that floor, and my vacuum doesn't have the right suction, or that filter is not clean enough, that leaf blower is going to create a mess. But what does it do? It opens up the pores of the concrete, so my primers, my adhesives can actually penetrate into the floor. Okay, it eliminates the bond breaker. So these are typically the things that I look for when we're doing surface prep. Tooling is very important. So I don't see, I'll drop it once you finish. Thank you, Josh. All right, so this is the first step. I talked about some tooling, but I wanted you to understand what a CSP was, understand what grinding is, understand what shot blasting is. Once you understand the equipment part of it, then you can lead into those products. So tomorrow, I'm going to be covering our vapor barriers. it would be wrong of me to go straight into vapor barriers without telling you how to prepare for that actual setup. So tomorrow we'll be mixing up some resins. And I'm going to show you how to do our fast cure, our slow cure, how to prime them, also how to address cracks. All right, these moisture barriers have to be seamless. So if I have a crack in the floor, that's going to gravity feed right into it, then what happens? That's going to be almost like a volcano point where vapors is going to find its weakest point and seep right through it. I'm going to show you how to thicken an epoxy and how to patch with an actual mitigation. So look forward to that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be covering vapor barriers. I got a few days of this, and then this will be followed by my counterparts going into tile adhesive systems. So I don't really see any questions on there, but I hope this was of value to you. Like I said, this is nothing to do with our product category, but well, we don't sell these products or any of these, however, but I want to tell you how important it is for you to understand this before you take that leap into surface prep. Don't think that all the tools that you have that is typically for a tile adhesive system, you're fully prepped and qualified to do these coatings. So this leads into not just waterproof, this can lead into Spartacoat or any other type of division of products that we have. So once again, I want to thank you guys. I just saw a message pop up there, so let's see if there's any questions. I do not see any. So once again, I want to keep it short and simple. I don't want to overwhelm you, but these are the things that I look for when it comes to tooling, and I hope this was beneficial to you guys. See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Have a great day, guys.